Hey there, we should now be live. I am going to do just a quick check remotely. And welcome to my first big stream that I'm trying to do. I've done a couple with No Man's Sky in the past, and obviously today is all about Half-Life Alyx kicking off, and it's going to launch in 1 hour, about 56 minutes from now. So yeah, it looks like I do in fact have everything working, which is um, awesome. So, yeah, let's talk about Half-Life and Half-Life Alyx. Um, Presuming one thing, glad I turned that off. That would have been a mistake. Um, I do want to verify that my mic is working here. So I'm just going to scroll down. Yeah, it does look like my mic is working great. Um, So Half-Life. I'm not one of these people that played Half-Life originally, although I was around when it came out. Um, and I was more of a console gamer at the time. And at that period, I actually wasn't really gaming much at all when Half-Life first came out. So yeah, it just kind of missed me. I had just kind of been wrapping up college. Um, and so I never really got into PC gaming. I did own a PS2, which I'm not sure exactly when the PS2 came out, um, and then got a PS3. I don't know if that was like 2005, 2006, maybe even 2007 or something when I got that. So didn't really do any, didn't own a, you know, well, I guess I owned a PC, but I didn't own a gaming PC. So skipped all of Half-Life, did hear about Orange Box and kind of was aware that, that was an amazing set of games that were included in Orange Box. But no, I just wasn't really into it. I was more into, Mario games and that sort of stuff. Um, and so, yeah, fast forward a little bit, and obviously Half-Life kind of stopped for a good decade plus. And last year, um, back in January, and it might have started a little earlier, I was getting interested into looking into VR and said, you know what, I have enough money that I could probably, get into a VR platform. So I started looking at, what type of VR would I want and all that. Started looking at Pimax. Immediately um, realized over probably a month that they were having issues. So ended up when the Index and the Oculus Quest were announced that those were probably going to be the ones for me. So I ended up ordering both of them, unsure of what the heck was going to happen with, if I wanted to keep both, if the Quest was going to be a dud, if it was going to stink. But it sounded like there was a lot of hype for both of them. So once I ordered the Index, then I immediately ordered a gaming PC and built it myself. Essentially, I didn't order the whole PC. So built the PC, top end parts. I have a 2080, 9900 CPU, and I wanted to make sure that I had a solid system. I'm not into getting one of those low end systems that you hate from day one because it can't run well. And I'm kind of glad I did because even my quote unquote high end system doesn't run everything super awesome. So um, that's what I did and got the Index. I forget when it was, the end of May. It was the no, maybe it was the end of June. Yeah, the end of June when we got it. Loved it. So I've been playing VR since the Quest came in first. It came in a month earlier, I think, the end of May, maybe it landed. And so that was my first real VR experience before I had done like Google Cardboard and that sort of thing. Um, but now it's definitely all about what can we do with more desktop stuff. So um, the first game that I really fell in love with the Index was No Man's Sky. I had actually ordered that back in January of last year before I even had um, any knowledge of what I would do with VR. And I did the silly thing because I literally never use Steam. I have no idea what's going on with, PC gaming and how they do sales. Well, that game goes on sale like at least once a month. And I didn't realize that. So I bought it at full price back then. And I tinkered around playing it in flat just to start getting used to it. And, it was definitely a game that I was interested in when it launched. Obviously, just didn't have a PC, didn't have a PlayStation 4 to be able to play it. And I'm not sure if it came out on PS3 or not, but so that was the first game. And once I got the chance to play that on the Index, definitely that's when I started realizing, wow, even my high-end PC uh, doesn't guarantee a flawless visual experience on the game. So definitely glad I spent the money on better components. And yeah, so it started off with No Man's Sky, which is obviously more of a chill game, and that's why I'm sitting here on my Vert Chill VR uh, channel here, because it's going to be about more chill games generally. Half Life Alyx, I think, is the big exception because this is obviously earth-shattering game experience that's coming to VR finally. So, never played Half Life before. I think when there was news about Lambda 1 VR coming out um, on the Quest, I started looking into it, but it's still the first time I tried it, I had a lot of issues, just a lot of bugs. I got stuck at one point very early in the game. I'd literally never played Half-Life, didn't watch anything about it or anything, but I could tell definitely, a scarier story and that sort of thing. There's a lot of ambience that they build up there. So they eventually fixed Lambda 1 VR and it got much better. And so I forget exactly if I started in December playing it more, but then definitely the end of January, I end of January this year, I started going in and playing more and more Half-Life via Lambda 1 VR. I don't want to bother playing these games on flat. I'm only interested in VR. It's just how I choose to roll. And it was totally fine. You put in the HD textures for Lambda 1 VR, and it looks good enough. It's great that you could swing, the crowbar yourself and stuff like that. So it was a lot of fun to play. And then as things started ticking into February, I started cranking through that game more and more and finished it up. Love the story that they have there. How the main character, works with the NPCs and everything was great. The physics, obviously, um, of the even the first game were interesting. And then I realized I'm gonna have to catch up on all this Half-Life stuff before the game drops. So I just made the decision to try to do Half-Life 2 in VR as well with Gary's mod, and that started I've lost track of time right now. Maybe 3 weeks ago, I bought Gary's mod, and then struggled to get via Terriel Wood's tutorial on getting Half-Life 2 VR working with Gary's mod. Struggled to get that working, but did end up getting in. At this point, thank God, I have finally gotten my VR legs because there's definitely some intense movement in Half-Life 2. And obviously, the graphics are better in that game compared to Half-Life 1. The only issue is with Gary's mod, there's just so many little hiccups that happen that just make it not an awesome experience, but certainly the fact that you're in VR is great. So I just had to kind of learn how to deal with Gary's mod as I played, um, and definitely loved the story. And because I was trying to get through it, I'll fully admit that I turned on cheat modes here and there to get through stuff. because I didn't want to delay getting through the game because I knew I also had to do Half-Life 2 Episode 1 and 2 as well, which couldn't be played in VR. But so, Half-Life 2 in VR it was great, being able to see the more modernized um, head crabs and everything was definitely a lot of fun. Um, but all the vehicle sections, those were definitely rough on the stomach and just eventually I think the airboat I think I mostly did in VR, but even that was brutal. Like it's just so tough. Didn't really get sick. It's too much. Like it's just too much movement, especially if you get hit and you flip upside down, like you're just going crazy. So a lot of those sections I had to flip over to flat and play it in flat to get through it. And I think in the last section of the game, like some other streamers, there was no way I was going to risk um, screwing up the game and missing out on content because I was playing it, in VR. Because VR definitely introduces weird things with cutscenes and everything like that. So in the last third, had switched to flat and just kind of cranked through the rest of the game. Um, and I think I would occasionally drop into VR just to check things out, but it was really starting to come up. This was probably like a week and a half ago that I was still working through Half-Life 2, and so I was like, wow, I thought this was much shorter. Turns out it was taking me, I don't even know how many hours. I think it took me about 20 hours by looking at Gary's mod to get through everything. So 20 hours of time trying to play this game. And I did get through it, so I don't know how many different endings there are. I really don't understand that. But I did see what I think is the main ending for that. Then realized that I wasn't going to be able to play episode 1 and 2 in VR. It's just not possible. So I made a decision just to watch them. I didn't think I was going to have time. This was literally like a week ago that that I, finally finished Half-Life Alyx 2, Half-Life 2, and so within a week, I was like, I don't want to be struggling to get through these games and just want to see the content. So I watched Ben Plays VR, who had a great series on these all the Half-Life games. He was kind of doing the same thing I was doing, which is catching up. He had started a few weeks earlier than me. But yeah, that series was great, and I'd recommend it if you want to see a good playthrough. He actually he's a pretty good FPS player from the looks of it. So that was entertaining to watch. And yeah, so I got through all the story, all the catch up for Half-Life Alyx. Um, and yeah, so let me pop this up. I don't know where the heck my yeah, I didn't set this up like I needed to. So I'm just gonna play this for a little bit. Um, the So now we're up to Half-Life Alyx. Obviously, the graphics are phenomenal. If you've seen the trailer, which is I'm going to be showing um, the announcement trailer, but that's it. I'm not going to be playing any of the other gameplay videos that they had posted. Um, so yeah, so that's this stream is going to have gameplay, so you're going to see spoilers. Um, I don't want people putting anything in chat, obviously, and I will clean up chat if anything gets dropped in there. I don't know if I'll be spending too much time looking at chat, but I will definitely make an effort. Um, so yeah, so this game it's got to be the biggest thing to happen to VR. I played Boneworks. I did not finish Boneworks. Just haven't had time to really get through it, and I wanted to prioritize all the Half-Life content. But I'm sorry, Boneworks is where I really started testing my VR legs, and that's where I really got them. So um, you could see how Boneworks could kind of mesh in with the Half-Life world. The physics there are incredible, although I think Half-Life Alyx is probably gonna have a little bit more casual physics. It looks like. Um, if some things will interact well, other things just not even going to be relevant. So we'll see what it's like. I don't think I'm going to be bothered if it's not like everything, is physics driven. That's totally fine. They just need to do enough of the right stuff to make it entertaining. So that's cool. And I'm looking forward to learning more about this universe that I've kind of come up to speed on the past few months. Certainly interesting to see, how this takes place in between Half-Life 1 and 2. You know, they mentioned that you should see episode 1 and 2 before playing, which I thought was very odd because those are obviously further in the future. So you wonder if there's going to be time travel, or is that just really about like building up the characters? Like if you want to understand the characters and their motivations, you should see those things. But yeah, I do wonder, is there going to be any sort of time travel bit? Because that's obviously been part of Half-Life before. So yeah, just here checking out the store page. Um, Game, we got about 40 minutes before the game goes live, and I'm not paying attention to any chats or anything to know if it goes out early, but just imagine it's going to go out right on time. Um, I think getting into those brand new Steam VR home spaces that they published, that was certainly nice to be able to poke around the environments a little bit. They did say that these weren't one for one with the game. I suspect that visually they're probably fairly close, but I'm guessing that they meant more of the physics. Like there was very little in there that was interactable. And obviously there were no characters, there's no story, there's probably more stuff happening in the game. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to kind of run through. I think the hope is that this game blows us all away. That we're going to have an amazing time going back into this world that's kind of been ignored for 13 years. So I'm excited, and hopefully um, this will be something that really invites more people into VR. You know, I, my personal history of VR and 3D. If we go back to when I was a kid, it was the ViewMaster was probably my very first 3D experience. So you get one of those little red uh, camera thingies and look at the slides in 3D. And I remember being fascinated with that back then, how that would work. And then as I got older, everyone probably remembers those Magic Eye posters that were big. I think in the late 80s and early 90s, those things started to come up. And I was super into those. I was buying them, getting books left and right. And then even at one point, I tried making them on a computer. I think when I was away at college. So I had fun with that. Again, another 3D type thing. And shortly after I left college, my college would, have one of these tech days where they would, and it wasn't really just about tech, but it was technology was a big part of it. Just have a bunch of school and student created projects that they would promote and invite the public to come in and see what these students were working on. And one of them that was advertised was um, come in and check out the Oculus Rift VR system. And so I don't know exactly which one it was. I still haven't looked at it, but it was a very boxy one. So it's entirely possible that this was the DK1 that these people had, and went to the campus, waited online, for like 15, 20 minutes, and then you get to the front. They sit you down in a chair. They, put this thing on your head, um, and I have to say it was horrible. It was a terrible experience. It was um, not well. It didn't match my eyesight or anything. It was all blurry and horrible graphics, like really, really basic graphics. And yeah, all I remember is, wow, there's no way I'm going to spend money for something like this. This is terrible. And that could have just been like the demo that they did was based on the computer that they had and also what model of the Oculus Rift that they were running. But it was a big kind of letdown. I mean, I was glad to see something, but definitely kind of disappointing that that's as good as it had gotten. Um, and so, I think after that, then, the Vive and Rift went public and you could buy them and demo them at stores. Um, in the past 3 years, I had managed to get a demo of the Vive as well as the Oculus Rift. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Things look better than what I had seen at that, um, showcase, that student showcase. But I just wasn't super into getting it. But it was when I saw the Pimax with that super wide field of view that I was really intrigued, and I thought, wow, that would really be a game changer to have a wide field of view, because every time you go on these things, you feel like you're looking through binoculars, which is just such a disappointment. So I think I really started considering the Pimax January last year, and it was one of these things where it I was just starting to get gung ho. I was like, okay, this is going to be I'm going to get into VR. This is the motivator. This wide field of view headset, was getting a lot of um, visibility with the public. I heard random people talking about it at work and stuff like that. And then you start going to the forums that they have, and you start hearing people complaining about delays and you know, broken headsets arriving. Maybe not that they're arriving broken, but they're easily breakable. And my enthusiasm obviously drained from that point going forward. So I certainly don't think you want to jump in when you're seeing something like that, unless you're looking to be on the bleeding edge of technology. So as each day was going by, it just seemed like, yeah, this company just did not have it figured out. Like they were trying to do something really incredible, but they were just struggling to actually release a quality product. And I was not interested in being like a beta tester for their software, potentially having the headset break bit by bit as I just use it gently and stuff like that. At this point, knowing what I've done with my index, I am fairly confident I would have had a whole bunch of shattered plastic on the headset if I had bought it. So I think ultimately it was the right decision for me. Um, but as that faded, that's when the news of the Oculus Quest started creeping in and it went on sale. And at the same time, uh, Valve kind of dropped that surprise. I think it was at Oculus 6's, um, as Zuckerberg is getting ready to promote um, the Quest. Valve is dropping news on the index, which no one had really predicted. There were like some pics of some random hardware that looked like it could be a headset, but nothing was clearly tied that that was Valve. So when that news broke and everyone's reading through all the specs, they're like, wow, this thing blows everything else out of the water. Um, I knew that I was going to be ordering that when it went on sale. I think it was a few weeks later. I don't know if it was a few days later or a few weeks later, but I pretty quickly said, "Yeah, I'm gonna get this headset. This is like a top of the line kind of headset. It's made by Valve, who obviously has a big brand, and they're now taking over for what HTC did. So I remember that time being very exciting. I was in lots of live streams and Nathy and F Reality and VR365, and everyone's super hyped on all this stuff. And so there was a lot of hype going on. And since the Index and the Quest both went on sale about the same time, and I didn't want to miss out on them because they would sell out, just knowing that they're not going to have a ton of stock. I did order both of them considering that, you know what, maybe I won't keep the index, maybe I'll only keep the quest, or maybe I'll drop the quest and only get the index. But as more and more time went on, and I started, having more confidence in both of the platforms, I eventually got to that point where it was like a few days before they were set to be, one of them was set, I think the quest was set to be delivered. And I just said, you know what, I'll just let it arrive, and I think I'll just play with it and see if I like it. And of course, it was a lot of fun. It was my first real headset. Um, yeah, technically, it's a lot like the Vive or the original Rift as far as the quality, visual quality, that is. So I hadn't really held strong on my vision of not getting this kind of Gen 1 VR experience. But I was still stoked. It was great that it didn't have a cable. This is not a problem that I had to really understand before, but a lot of people talked about that tetherless design is was so important. And I kind of realized that as I play things like Super Hot, even Beat Saber, like, yeah, this is very freeing. Like, you don't have to worry about some cable. And then the index came in, and obviously I was super stoked to have that. And as I starting to play with a tethered headset for the first time, I'm starting to realize, yes, being tetherless is actually a nice feature, not having a cable that can get into your way. Um, so yeah, but the visual capabilities of the index are um, very impressive. Obviously, there's glare. That's the one thing that always gets a lot of grief from folks. But I don't mind the glare when I've seen it. There's only been, a game or two where I've seen it happen during the game. Um, and it generally isn't really an issue. But if there's going to be a lot of high contrast stuff, yeah, I could, imagine seeing the glare in those scenes. So other than the glare, everything else about it has been great. The comfort, it's so for the let's go back to the Quest. When I put that Quest on, I don't even know how long I wore it the first day, but I'm sure my head was absolutely throbbing with pain. I don't know if it was too tight or if I was just wearing it wrong or whatever, but I remember my head just killing me. Um, so yeah, the index is so much more comfortable, pretty well balanced. Um, Audio is awesome. I love the off-the-ear design that they have, and it's so loud, and there's no need to have headphones with it. What else? The tracking. Yeah, the tracking. Occasionally with the Quest, I was losing tracking. Playing like even Beat Saber, because I would just leave my hands out of view for a little too long. And so I was having some of those teething issues with dealing with the camera-driven tracking. Um, and since then it's all gone away. I have no issues with tracking anymore. But day one, the tracking was not 100% on the Quest, and when I gotten the Index, I definitely noticed the improvement in tracking. So um, yeah, and it was just different type of ecosystem. So lots of games to choose from, and even from for months before I got into VR, I knew I was going to do this. So I was like, I'm going to get a PC VR system. I'm going to do a high-end PC and all that stuff. So I was buying games on Steam as they were starting to go on sale. Obviously, No Man's Sky was the first one that wasn't even going to be in VR. And I just wanted to play that game. And then there were other games I started thinking, oh, you know what? Let me buy this game. I'll eventually have a VR system I can play this, as they were all going on sale, and found out how to really do research on VR sales. So definitely don't jump into buying any games until you figure out how the sales work, because there are a lot of sales, and you're kind of silly to buy stuff at full price unless you're financially able to support developers that way. Um, but then there's a lot of sales that affect a lot of big games. Beat Saber might be the only game that never goes on sale. There might be some others, but by and large, almost every game goes on sale. So yeah, so here we are looking at this poster that MIDI 42 had created. I thought this was a great piece that they made from some of the assets that have been released already. Um, yeah, so looking forward to seeing how this story builds up, um, and hoping I don't scream like a child as this happens. I do imagine I'll probably be dying a bit, but we'll have fun along the way. So I watched all of the trailers. Wasn't really afraid of having anything spoiled. I knew that they wouldn't release anything too earth-shattering. Um, so yeah, it'll be exciting. Let's switch over and take a look at some of this other stuff. Let's see what Upload VR is doing right now. So they're just talking about some other games. Road to VR, VR Focus. Oops, sorry about that. So it looks like Paper Beast is coming out. This is VR LFG. This is actually a handy site, and I just have it sitting on this chart that will hopefully start to populate in an hour or two after the game is going, showing usage of Half Life Alyx. So I'm just got that prepped. There was that, and that's it. We already went over this. I think it's just going to be interesting to see how to use these gloves, how well they work. It was definitely the right thing to have, the ability to remotely grab items, especially for new players. Because I have my VR legs, I am probably going to play this with smooth locomotion. Um, but yeah, since I have the index and I have the thumbstick issue, I don't know if that's going to be a problem or not. And if it is a problem, I might switch over to teleport or the slide one. I don't know if I like the slide, but we'll have to see. So I am open to what's going to happen with those. Um, but I think it's going to be fine no matter which way you play it. I will be probably spending just a couple minutes as soon as I can get into the menus to figure out how I want to play. So I don't know if it'll be like a cutscene at the beginning that you can't really get into the menus or what, but we'll figure out all that stuff as we go. And um, yeah, I'm just excited to participate in this launch. This is a big day for VR, and for all these people that are older like me, it's probably a great day to reminisce over what Half-Life did to the gaming industry. Again, I wasn't really involved on it when it first came out, but it did seem like it was groundbreaking and led to the introduction of Steam and physics and story-driven gameplay, and um, it's going to be great. I think I'm very very excited to see how they can enhance it with VR. So, and I do imagine my gameplay is going to be on the slower side, so I'm not going to be racing through anything. I'm going to be kind of slowly but surely, um, slowly but surely making my way through it, checking out all the corners and finding all the loot. Um, and I do imagine I'm going to die quite a bit as things start to get harder. I don't know how long I'll be playing. With the index, your limiting factor are the batteries on your controllers typically. So, um, I will have been talking for an hour here about the game, and then when it launches at 1, I'll be using those controllers. They won't be plugged in, obviously. Um, Although that's something I could consider is trying to find a way to plug them both in while I play, but seems like a bad idea. Um, so probably about 3 hours I'll be playing, and I'll keep an eye on how the battery life is on the controllers. And once it gets down to 1 bar, I'll probably definitely call it quits if they're being drained, um, and then probably pick it up in another stream either later in the day slash evening, or maybe tomorrow night. Um, so yeah, super awesome. I'm very, very excited to see what this is like in VR. And having played, Lambda 1 as well as Half-Life 2, it is going to be exciting to see the graphical fidelity kick up a couple notches or four. Um, so yeah. Um, what else? Let's see what I have. I did see this thing about GoldenEye VR, and this is another one of these games that gets a lot of praise. I'm guessing this is one of the very first kind of FPS games, and people just were in love with it when it came out. I've never played it. I think it was Nintendo 64 exclusive or something like that. But yeah, I'm interested to see if this finishes up, and if it does, end up being solid, I'll probably check it out at least once. But yeah, you can see like the fidelity on this visual doesn't look, it looks like it's back from Half-Life 1. So not surprised. It's just not super into first-person shooters. So you know, I could take it or leave it as far as the concept of a game. Yeah. So what else would I cover on my channel? I'm probably going to be, you know, less likely. I think initially I'm going to be doing Half-Life Alyx, but I am more of a chill gamer. So I love my No Man's Sky. Um, I am big on Beat Saber. There's some other games I'm interested in checking out or experiences that I'm interested in checking out. What I probably won't be playing too much of is first-person shooters. I do own Onward, or not Onward, Pavlov. I do own Pavlov. I played it a couple times, but just not the kind of game I like. Back in the 90s, the game I tried playing a lot was Unreal Tournament. And I don't even know if like it was what there were two of them. It was I don't know if it was Unreal Tournament, then Unreal Tournament 2004 or something like that. And I tried to play both of those, but as time went on, clearly either people were cheating or people were getting really good, and that's when I started falling out of bothering with any sort of PC gaming. Just I wasn't able to kind of keep up with the Twitch motions that everyone had. So yeah, 20 minutes left. Um, yeah, the last 20 minutes before the rest of your life changes. Um, Obviously, life is already changing for everyone, but don't really want to bother talking about that. It's a crazy world we live in nowadays. So, um, what else? What else can I talk about? Other games that I've played. I can bring up my Steam library really quick. Let's drop over to the library. So this is just sort of my last played. So yeah, No Man's Sky, Beat Saber, Talos Principle. Love this game. A great chill game, puzzle game. Um, it's been a blast. I played over 40 hours in that. Museum of Other Realities. I spent over an hour in that recently. It was great. This other museum, a VR museum of fine art. Just a little experience. Car is pretty relaxed. Rec Room's obviously relaxed. There's Pavlov back when I played it. So these are the types of games I really enjoy. I'm not super into first-person shooters or that sort of thing. I do have a lot of games that I just haven't had time to come back to. Westworld, uh, Hellblade, I haven't had time to come back to. I have Oculus games that I need to return to. Um, and so plenty of stuff that's in my catalog that I'm going to have to come back to. Um, but yeah, all the way back here, Invisible Hours is one of my most played games just because I let it. I was trying to get the completion and I lost. I lost all the content. I accidentally deleted my game. So in order to get it to complete watching all the videos. I just started the game and walked away for the whole day, and then would come back and um, move on to another scene and have it you just play the game without me for hours. So it looks like I played this for 15 hours, but I was actually only in it for maybe an hour. So yeah, there's some really good chill experiences out there. I played Lab way back when. You could tell this is when I must have first gotten, this looks like this was before I even got the index. So um, what the heck did I do? I think I was streaming this with ALVR or something to the Quest, and I'm sure it wasn't the greatest experience. So yeah, that's my library, and this isn't all the games, but it's all the games I would bother to play. You know, I have lots of demos and that sort of stuff, but the one I'm looking forward to is Half Life Alyx. So I'm gonna just check over here and see what this says. So what I'm gonna do is right at around 12:59, I'm gonna close and reopen this to see if it triggers the update. Um, yeah, or maybe I could just click it. So they keep on moving this out 5 minutes in the future, but I'll be trying to force it to update starting at 12:59. And yeah, we got 15 minutes left. What else? Um, Sorry if I keep on bumping my mic. Okay, just an audio check there. Hopefully the volume's loud enough. I don't have a lot of control over the volume though, so this is probably as loud as I can get. And I don't know, since this is a brand new game, I haven't done this before, trying to get it working on a stream. So I'll be going into a setup period where I try and get the game launched and figure out if the volume is not going to destroy anyone's ears. But I would suggest that when I actually do launch the game, that everyone turn the volume down, just so if it is completely uneven and I'm unable to figure out how to balance the audio, that you don't blow your eardrums out. So that's my warning about audio volume right there. And I will probably have to do a remote audio check just to make sure that audio is working once the game is up and everything. So I'll be trying to get that squared away. But yeah, this is great. Um, what else is there to talk about in the world of VR these days? Um, Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about using VR for video conferencing and that sort of thing. You know, here it is. I talk about remote work. Um, I just don't know that this is really relevant. Um, you know, sure, you can have a small virtual conference in VR, but this is going to be a very niche thing to do for a very long time. Um, you know, you could do something like Rec Room, where they have support for, you know, phones and flat PC. Um, but, you know, it just seems that it, you know, you're losing out on seeing people's faces and their expressions. And so while yes, you can be inside a space together, you aren't really there and you can't really, you know, connect with people, you know, in a deep manner. So I think I don't know that it's really worth talking about that, you know, maybe we should all be jumping into VR conferences. It's more of a fun thing and something that you do with Rec Room or some of these other platforms like VR chat, but I just don't see it taking off and being a way to have people do work from home, do remote conferences. It's so cumbersome to have VR hardware, and you know, people are just going to use Skype and Teams and um, Zoom and that sort of stuff instead. It's just so much easier, and you actually get that human interaction that's so important. So I don't think it's so important that people need to share an actual environment. If you're going to be working on something that can be visualized, like a video game level, then sure, go in. Or if you're working on, you know, uh, some sort of drawing in VR or art in VR, yes, go ahead and jump into VR and maybe you can all manipulate the content or review the content. Looking at 3D models and that sort of thing, it's certainly a decent opportunity to use VR, but just to meet, there's no point for it. If you just want to meet people, just go use a flat, video conference thing, and much more immersive than what you're going to get with VR for a basic meeting. And you don't have all this cumbersome hardware and all that sort of stuff. So, um, yeah. So the other thing about my stream, yeah, I'm definitely not doing any sort of uh, face reveal or camera stuff. It's not worth it, I don't think. People don't care to see me necessarily; they just want to see gameplay. So we're going to launch this, and hopefully we're going to have a great time playing. So I am going to just mute my mic while I have some water. All right. Hopefully that didn't play over. We'll just loop this again. I unfortunately didn't do what I was planning on doing with this, which was setting it up as a scene um, in OBS to just have people be able to see this. Um, so yeah, the ending of Half-Life 2, Episode 2. Again, we're talking spoilers here. If you don't want to hear spoilers, you should turn and leave or mute that. Well, even muting it's not going to matter once the game starts playing. So, um, but I'm going to be talking about all things Half-Life that are in the games. I don't really know any lore beyond these main games, and even what's in the game, I don't think I fully understand. So, because I haven't done a lot of research on it, just played through it. But yeah, like Eli is now supposedly dead, and what does that mean? Is this game gonna have something to do with maybe changing history somehow? Is it is there time travel involved? Are we gonna see Gordon Freeman at all? Um, you know, doesn't uh, doesn't seem right to have a Half-Life game without him, but we'll have to find out. Um, and then, I guess there were other Half-Life games where you played as like you know, one of the blue soldiers or whatever, and I don't know anything about them other than that they existed. So I don't know if they covered new content, if they were just from a same game from a different character's perspective or what. But yeah, there's other content that's out there. So yeah, look at this. This is just looking awesome. Um, I'm just hoping that I don't have any technical issues with the game. I'm hoping that it works flawlessly. Valve has had all the time in the world to polish this up for the Valve Index, and so I'm just gonna put it out there. No excuses for Valve at this point. Like they had 13 years to get this right. Um, so I do expect a polished experience for me to play this, um, as well as a solid story. Like I think their their best hope is to have a rich story that really advances the Half-Life universe. So down to 7 minutes. Um, And it's kind of odd, I guess, that they're releasing this on a Monday. Um, I don't know if it does seem odd to me. I don't know if that's like trying to bury the lead, that maybe it's not going to live up to some of the hype that it has. So they're releasing on a Monday or something like that. Um, yeah, it does seem odd. Like, I don't know why you would want to release it on a weekday like that. Um, or just on a Monday. Like Thursday, okay, that makes a lot more sense as you prep people up for a weekend. But um, a Monday, it seems like, oh, well, maybe they're hoping that all the bad press disappears by the time people actually start playing it on the weekend or something. I don't know. And if we talk about like usage, like what are people playing? Like, let's just quickly come over here. I guess I can't do that. Let's open like a new window. So this is the long-term VR usage, and every Christmas there is a big spike of usage, and it was amazing. Initially, this line went up towards it was kind of an estimate, so it was estimated to go up to 20,000. So it was like a doubling, because this is around 10,000. It was up near 20,000. They were predicting that there was going to be a doubling of usage, and then I think it lowered as each day for December filled in, and now there's been a drop off. So this is again the monthly charts. This is only February, and if we change this over to daily peak sums, this gets a little bit more interesting. This is a great chart. The guy that works on this is really good at communicating with his community. And you can see how thin these bands are back here in 2017. They're not super high. And over time, these bands get taller and taller. And so each one of those spikes is a week. And essentially, the spike happens on the weekend. So but the difference between who's playing during the week and who's playing on the weekend varies more and more as time has gone on. So you're getting a good bit of people that are only playing on the weekend. And you can see this year, like that band of the difference that play on the weekend versus play in the week is almost as much as played it back in 2017. So there are a lot of weekend warriors. And I think that that means that this is maybe a little bit fragile as far as growth, because if you look at the constant activity, look at the bottom of this, the white area, the bottom of that, it hasn't grown quite as much as you would think. Like it's just barely getting to 10,000 players constantly. And even that is under threat, with this decrease since Christmas. So that growth, 10,000 consistently, you go back a year, um, it's barely increased. So not a lot of perpetual user growth. And instead, there's just more weekend warriors that are playing this, as I term it. What's interesting is, of course, when we switch to the 30 days. So here we are, we're looking at those peaks, and you can see that there is a difference from about 10,000 up to 16,000 every week on the weekend. So that's 6,000 more people playing on the weekend. These are the weekend warriors. It's, two-thirds of the people that are constantly, quote unquote, constantly in there. Obviously, no one's always in there, but that's a big spike to have every day. And then, of course, with everything that happened with all the quarantines, the interesting thing is now there are 3,000 more people that are able to play every day, and this jumped up again on the weekend, but it's oddly not as high as what we used to have a week ago. So something has changed with the usage patterns. Um, some percentage. This was 16, almost 17,000, and this is 15,000. So it's like 1,000 fewer people are not playing on the weekend that had played before. So maybe these are people that are now able to play during the week, students that maybe they're, technically burned out after they've been playing all week, and so they don't feel the need to play on the weekends as much. but it is an interesting shift. And so we'll see what happens specifically with Alex as this goes. So this game is about to go live, guys. I am going to switch over to the gameplay next screen. You'll still hear my microphone, but you won't see anything. Well, I'll probably let it. I'll let it show what happens in Steam here. Oh, it's going. 9 minutes. It's unpacking. We're going, boys. Oh, 8 minutes. Oh boy. I yeah, I didn't pay attention. So this unpacking is going to use up a bunch of disk space. So let me just quickly check out 90 gig free. I hope that's enough. Because everyone's going to start, everything on my system is going to complain about space as this is unpacking more and more. We are in the final minutes, and I didn't think of that it would take 8 minutes to unpack. And I have a solid state drive, so this is not a low end system. I have a quality solid state drive, and I'll even bring up my performance monitor and go to disk. So writing 150 megs a second. So yeah, it's up to 12 minutes. Are you kidding me? Kill some of this stuff. Close out this window. And nothing really happening here. Some CPU spikes, but a lot of disk activity, of course. Oh boy. Didn't think it would take quite so long to unpack this. So I'm going to just jump over and see if anyone else out there is already playing. Oh, at least one person's in it. They must have launched it a few minutes early. Let me go back. 13 minutes. Yeah, these people. Oh, are they just watching a video? What are they doing here? Yeah, they're watching a video. Their headset's not on. Okay. Okay. And then if I. Oh, God. Someone's posting the final ending of the game. Are you kidding me? That can't be serious. Like, who would do that? Why would you post the ending of the game? Unless it could be a joke, but still, it's a terrible idea. What are you doing? So someone else is going to wait a half hour after it launches to do their live stream. 6 minutes. Yeah, there's several folks that are looking to be streaming it. Come on, let's see this. All right. Oh, so Nathy has already played. He got a little advanced preview, and he played it on the Quest. So I'm going to close that out before I see anything. Um, Interesting. So yep, so he's already been in it. Um, all right, we got about 5 minutes of this downloading left, or unpacking, which is monstrous. Let me just see what I have for storage. Yeah, it's going red. Hopefully, if it's doing file by file, um, then I'm not running out of space. Yeah, it looks like it's regaining space as it's done unpacking content, which is important because I don't want to have to delete any games. Let's come over here. Yeah, we're okay. So I'm about 30 seconds behind on my stream, so I just want to make sure I knew what was going on there. 3 minutes. Let's see what I got going for space. It's hanging in there. That's good. But yeah, you do wonder if anyone else has managed to get in. Let's go look for Half Life Alyx. Yep. 1 minute left. All right, so here we go. I'm going to blank this out, and we'll be talking about getting into the game. All right. So, 56 seconds. I'm just going to start up Steam VR. Start maneuvering to get in place here to play. 37 seconds. Let's see what's happening with my hard drive. Okay, so it's hovered right around the same, just about 90 gig free still, so that's good. I don't know how much space it would have used up here, but it looks like it's probably a few gig. Yeah, my terabyte drive is full of VR games and some videos. All right, there we go. We're done. We are going to play Half-Life VR starting right now. So I'm going to put this down and switch over to the desktop view. Sorry if there's noise. Oops, not this. Okay, so I'm at a screen that says press trigger to start. And that's not showing up. Okay. All right, there we go. It is showing up on screen. Here we go. Get hyped! Wow. Let's go to options. Preferences. Only during an active game. Okay. Volume. It sounds fine right now. Accessibility. I don't think I need that interface. Okay, so I can't do anything there. Performance. High fidelity. Ultra fidelity. So it had me on high fidelity, which is great. What is this? Ooh, you get some advanced stuff here. All right, flickering lights on, and you guys can see all this. Okay, so I don't know that I want to mess with that stuff right now, but let's go back. Spectator HUD. So let's turn this. Let's turn this camera smoothing on medium, and let's have you look out of my right eye because that's what I would shoot with if I need to. I have no idea what this HUD size could be. I will turn subtitles on in case the volume is terrible and they don't show them to me, so I don't know what they would look like. Yeah, so that's it. Let's start a new game. Oh, what do we got here? Difficulty story. Oh, so you can even do okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go with easy because I don't think I'm going to be able to handle this too well. Here we go. Movement. I guess we want, what is continuous hand? So I think we want, yeah, continuous head and right hand. All right. So we don't always change that. All right. So yeah. Looks like this is showing up on my stream. Press trigger to start. Awesome. Beautiful. Wow. There we go. I finally can move. There's a pigeon there. Push to quick turn left or right. Okay. That works normal. Oh, wow. So I can actually read this. And I wonder if they're going to tell you to like turn it to a certain value. That's crazy. That is crazy. There's your desiccated sustenance bar, water flavor. Is this my CPU? What is this?
gelatinated calorie paste, egg flavor. Oh, I gotta do an audio check. Okay, so Koga. Gonna hit that bird. Maybe not. It's not animal cruelty. Come on, people. Come on. I can move the chair. I'm not going to sit down in the chair, though. Fool me once. And in order to get like a good hold on it, I got to pick it up with both hands. So it seems like it might have a little weight. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it hit the building. So, yeah, there's physics here, guys. So let's, what is this? This book. From Here to There in Under a Second by Dr. Isaac Kleiner. So I am going to keep the FPS VR going for a little while. Oh, there's someone on a bike down there. Just so I could see that performance is working here. I am just dropping under 90 frames a second. I figured it was not worth trying to do higher than 90 frames a second. All right, so let's go this way. Get away. Huh. So people are filling this out. Oh, and the smudge, look at that. I can erase with any finger. Too funny, and obviously with the eraser. Cool. Okay, so this is matches. Yeah, there's no way to. Can't hear anything in there.
Alex, how's it looking up there?
It's good, Dad. Metrocop movement is normal. Same for the combine patrols. How's it going in the stockyard?
One combine mini reactor from a shipment of 4,000. They're never going to miss it. Here, see for yourself.
Need to turn the volume up. Hope this doesn't hurt anything. Resume.
And not only that, someone's hacked into the Combine construction network.
Don't get greedy, guys. We're not made of time here.
1 minute and I'm out, guaranteed.
Oh, also, I spotted the combine moving supplies into the quarantine zone. That place has been deserted for years.
That is odd. Well, we'll look into it when we get back.
What is this?
Meet back at the safe house, baby. We'll be there soon.
It looks like...
What is it, Russell?
Would you? Terrific.
Okay, let's just do a little behind the scenes. Just gotta adjust something here real quick. All right, so as you can see, I have my chat. So if anyone does drop in there, feel free to chat. I can read it. All right. So I didn't pay attention to everything that happened there, but we are going to get walking. So like this, I can't do anything with this stuff. It is present, but I just can't do anything with it. And so all you can do is kind of run your hands over this stuff. Kind of slap the door kind of thing. Okay. I saw a weird flicker there. So let's open this up. Okay. Keep on opening it. I guess. Do I need to close that? Is that a good idea? Should I just leave it? Press and hold to toggle game menu. Okay. So we're in entanglement. Options. Let's go take a look at preferences. Hand climbing ladders on, barnacle lift on. There it is. Barnacle lift is actually on by default. So that was one of the things that they covered in the video. And they said it, or in some of their discussions about the game, said they were not going to do this. But apparently they changed their mind, turned it on, or maybe it comes from movement continuous. I'm not sure. But that is a change to what they had said before. And I have no idea what that is. This, I guess this means left and right. Okay. To go through the options. Those are all the preferences. Volume. Okay, so let's go back. Game saved. All right. I mean, just look at this stuff. This is incredible. And so here's an example of something where you think like, hey, I could go that way, but they're preventing you from grabbing this by doing this hand thing. And I do apologize for this, the visualizations here. Are they even showing up for you? Maybe that's the... Okay, you don't even see them. Okay, my bad. So you don't see FPS VR or the other thing. All right, which is great. So yeah, you are seeing the game in all its glory, and the texture on the door is incredible. All right. Turn the light off. I can't see where they went. That wasn't awesome. And that has like 8 pixels, so I don't know what that camera's doing for me. Looks like a dog of some sort. All right. Well, look at that. Let's take a look at this. Max height 1 kilometer, perpetual storm. April initial spiral appears, some surface detail, metal, rock. How deep? Storm less aggressive, still can't see top of tower. Ribs seem to move over time. The Citadel purpose still unknown. November light show, some sort of power source appears, power source not consistent, seems self-contained, blackouts, power transmitter, mini reactor, standalone BME. I don't know what a BME is. Are we sure these only produce electric power? $60 megawatt output. Okay. What's on this? Pylon. 7B yard. New drop off. Shipment received. Sorry. Chair, you gotta. That's. Moving that chair is a little weird. Okay, so physics aren't quite realistic. But it's still good. Guard 1, guard 2, guard 3, and I have no idea what I'm looking at here. Midnight, noon. So I don't even know what happened out there. I was just running away. So they did something. I could probably check it out on this VCR tape, but not right now. Let's keep going. Let's close my door because I don't want to let anyone see that. Can I wear my coat? I guess I can't. Am I a janitor? Yeah, well, the floor is filthy here. What do you want?
Alex, are we good?
Yep, they got the reactor. Easy peasy. I'm headed back to the safe house right now to meet Dad. Go. We'll be in touch.
Stay safe.
Wow, everything just looks so realistic. There's that bird again.
Alex, over here.
What is it?
This doesn't seem like a routine sweep. Are you sure everything went okay?
100%.
Something's got the CPs riled up.
Keep your head down and be smart.
Wonder if I could use a fork as a weapon. Probably not. Okay. I'll just take my broom, pretend like I'm nobody. Just looking to clean. Okay, probably don't need to keep on carrying that. It was more of a joke. Okay. Don't want me around, I guess. Grab ladder to climb up. Okay. Coming up the ladder was a little awkward. It didn't smoothly launch me up. It just kind of almost teleported me after I was at the top of the ladder. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong there, but... Where the heck am I going here? Am I climbing? What am I doing here? Maybe I gotta climb that thing. This doesn't make sense. Oh, like I said, I'm probably gonna die. So the newest one? Alright, so that's what dying looks like. Alright. So let's do this again. Yeah, see how it just kind of leapt forward? It's a little awkward. Okay, so I get that they want me to go this way. Can't go over that. There's no jump. So I can come here. Oh! Duh. Okay, so they teleport you through stuff. Okay.
I just live here.
Probable anti-citizen. Get those hands off!
Wait. Don't shoot.
Area security man. Give us names.
Didn't steal anything.
Don't care. What did you see?
No, I didn't see anyone.
Get out and take the transport.
Dad.
Don't hurt him. Come on.
Hey,
I can't move
wait,
forward.
No.
Well, now we know where that scene came from. All right.
Where are you taking me? Where's my father? Hello? Damn it, where's my father?
Tell her to stop moving around back there. Stop moving. What is that? Get it! It's under the street! Get it!
Okay,
Alex,
Hey there.
you there? You've got to get moving.
Russell? I've been in an accident.
I know! I caused it, so technically not an accident. You've got to get moving.
Wait, where's Dad?
He's fine. Follow the drone.
So,
Oh,
Dad's
this-
okay, right?
Yeah,
This alley looks familiar.
He's in huge trouble.
But
They've still got him. He was in a separate trap.
So,
you saved me?
Well, yes. I had no way of knowing who was in which van, so yes, the result was that I saved you.
Do we know where they're taking him?
Criminal holding, and then, when they realize he's Eli Vance, to Nova Prospect. But I'm already working on a plan to get him back.
okay, so
Close
they,
to my lab. Keep following the drone. We'll figure out what to do.
okay, I'm following the drone. Yeah, look at this. This
Russell,
is-
what did you guys find back there?
Well, that's the crazy thing. I don't know. Just blurry pictures of a building.
The Citadel?
No,
Push
something
to
else.
bring up jump
And whatever it is,
indicator
they're gonna
and
kill
release
anybody
to
who saw
jump.
it, and anybody who knows anybody who saw it, which means us and your dad.
Russell, just hang on. I'm almost there.
Okay, got it. Kinda, I think. So now I'm teleporting. Oh, look at this. Okay, got it, got it. So let's whoops, spin this, and that did not happen. Yeah, this is all interactable. Okay, so I guess I can only do X's. Alright. It's not so much fun playing alone. Let's get up to the top as quick as we can.
Alex, everything cut out for a second. I lost the headset video feed. Can you see my drone? Is it okay?
Sure. Yeah, I'll be there in a minute.
I don't know if that's true. Ah. Why can't he just have a gun sitting around, huh?
Alex, great. Okay, let's wait. My drone's okay, right?
Nope, it exploded. I'm fine, by the way.
Right. Good. Well, that's the way.
Russell. Really useful something electronic, lightweight, levitating. Gravity gloves. Okay.
Russell, they've got Dad.
I know. This is bad. They're gonna find out what he knows, and then, yeah, they're gonna kill him.
Oh, God.
But the good news is we've got something they don't.
Which is?
My plan to get him back.
Great. Let's hear it.
Now, pretty soon they're going to realise that your dad is not going to talk. And when that happens, he's off to have his brain sucked out.
Russell.
Potentially. Maybe not, though. I mean, they could just drill into
Stop.
his... Oh, yeah, still your dad. Right, well, what they will do is take him by train from here. This is Eli to Nova Prospect.
And if he gets on that train, that's it, right?
Not necessarily. Grab something that represents us. Okay, that's you.
I thought you said us.
Well, one of us, me, will have to stay here for this plan to work.
All right, fair enough.
Just outside, there's a second train that also leads out of City 17 through the quarantine zone.
Okay.
Both trains intersect here at Fairview Junction. You take your train, get there before his train, and hack into the controls. That'll let me take over the system. Train comes to a halt, you deal with the Combine situation, and we get your dad back.
Sounds good. Where's the train I'm taking?
Out the back, through the yard. It's decommissioned, but I think I can hack into its controls. Oh, and get yourself a pair of Russells on the way out.
Russell's?
The gloves, Alex. You know, the gravity gloves. I have a few sets through there. You can calibrate them out by the shed.
Got it.
We can do this, Alex. You got that, didn't you, that I said we could do it? Because we're gonna do it.
Yeah, we are.
I'm with you every step of the way.
But I'm hungry. Yes. Here. That was weird. Cabbage. Oh. We got some liquor down here. Not even gonna scream that I ruined your little bit of alcohol that you had. Okay. Oh, that looks familiar. So here's my problem. I guess I'm gonna have to move this or something. It doesn't block anything, I guess, but yeah, you guys don't even see it. So, all right. So I have my gravity gloves. I have. Oh, you're not even gonna let me test them. How do I grab stuff?
Alright, you know how this goes. There should be a bunch of junk down there. Aim at something with your hand open. Targeted. Close your hand. Registered. Now flick your wrist to bring it in. You're attached. Make a grip. You've got it. Just a little flick of the wrist. Catch it. That's it. Try again. Just like that.
Oh,
One more
down?
time. Registered. Now flick your wrist to bring it in. Now catch it. That's it. Perfect. We're done. Oh, wait. I almost forgot.
Alex, up here! You're gonna need a gun! Don't worry, it's unloaded. It's unloaded now! Oh, almost forgot. Guns need ammo. Here you go. Should be somewhere on the ground there.
Yeah, but I can't.
Right, heading back to the
Okay.
Oh, you took care of that lock then. Good. Great. Did have the key for it, but should have given you that. That's on me. All right, here we go. Next stop, Fairview Junction.
Thanks, Russell.
And good luck, Alex. Goodbye. Obviously, just to let you know, I am still here, though.
I know.
Okay, so they're going to use this map to kind of show you where you're at. Which is cool. Just going to do a time check, 1:46. All right. So I've been going for at least a half hour. And they do this, I don't know what shows up on screen. Let me see. Oh, so you don't even see that. Interesting. Okay, so there's a map in front of me, just like a virtualized map of the city, I guess. I don't see the Citadel anywhere. They just have a few areas highlighted, but it says press trigger to start. The quarantine zone.
Hello, Alex? We might have a problem in the quarantine zone. They must have tightened security.
Which means?
Yeah, you're nowhere near Fairview Junction. You're just outside the QZ. And this is as far as we get by train.
Then I'm headed on foot.
Good. I'll see if I can get you in some other way.
Okay, so I walk very slowly. Yeah, this is moving very, very slowly.
I got a dead zombie here. I thought the Combine sealed up the QZ.
This one must have squirted out. I've heard they've had trouble with barnacle spores outside the containment area, but not about fellas like this.
Probably not a one-off then.
I doubt it.
What did that say? I missed. Let's just come over here and see if I can find some more ammo stuff.
Would you look at that? Resin. And if there's resin around here, there should be a Combine fabricator. Keep an eye out. We might be able to upgrade your firepower a bit.
Huh. I think I can reroute this with my multi-tool.
You what?
It's a tool with multiple functions. So, you know, multi-tool.
What the fuck is happening? I don't get this at all. What am I doing?
Alex, that thing's incredible. You need an incredible brand name. Something that really sells it.
Who am I gonna sell it to?
The Combine's not going to be here forever. You should be thinking about the future, Alex.
Well, how about I call it the Alyx?
It's a little derivative of the Russells, but yeah, provisionally, sure. The Alex.
Yeah, the Alyx.
Weird. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You can do all that work for nothing? That's just stupid. Okay.
Oh, careful of that barnacle, Alex.
How'd you meet my dad, anyway? You guys work together at Black Mesa, right?
Yeah, well, no. Tricky place to get a job at, actually. I interviewed at Black Mesa. They said try again in a year. I don't need to tell you what happened after that. Lucky break for me, really. Not a lot of survivors. Honestly, it's a miracle you and your dad got out of there.
3 max left.
Okay, so moving around is extremely slow.
Oh, do you need a minute? Because, I mean, I could pause the feed.
Just looking, Russ.
Good hiding spot. Yeah, this is very slow moving.
I take it the quarantine zone is behind this hatch?
Yeah, that's where they keep it.
I'll look around for a control panel to open it up.
Boy, moving is so slow.
If I was the Combine, where would I put a control panel?
That's an interesting way to do VR block mechanics. Just kind of blur out the space. I'm getting there. Unfortunately, movement is super slow. So let me go to the menu. There's got to be a way to speed this up. There's nothing else. Accessibility? No. Yeah, like super duper slow.
Oh. Ugh.
What the heck I do there? Oh, got it. Okay, it's got a bare hand. Not even a flashlight. All right. Gotcha. Ugh. Go.
You know, Russell, now that I'm walking into the quarantine zone, it just hit me. I don't know anything about the quarantine zone.
Well, actually, the word quarantine comes from the Italian 40 giorni, which means 40 days, the period that all ships were required to be isolated before crew could go ashore during the Black Death.
All right. Cool.
That's the control panel. They've probably scrambled the circuit. But considering no one would be dumb enough to open the hatch, it shouldn't be too hard to put back.
How far is Fairview Junction?
You'll go through the old subway tunnels on your way to the train yard.
Have they started moving Dad yet?
I don't think so, which is good news because we've still got time.
Oh, that's great.
Or bad news because they've already killed him. And you don't need to move a corpse, you just bury it. Or burn it. You still there, Alex?
Mm-hmm.
Movement couldn't be much slower.
Russell, are you seeing this?
Whoa.
All right. Here we go.
Okay, loading screen. And so when it's a loading screen, you just see like a busy cursor. So they're showing a map, an overview of the city, and now I see my path. I'm guessing this is my path. It's winding all over the place. If this is in fact the path. I wonder if it means... No, it could be a wall. Hard to tell. Yeah, it might just be a wall. Alright. Trigger. Okay. There.
Hey, Russell. I just found a loose syringe of God knows what. Is this medicine?
Does it have a skull and crossbones on it?
I don't see one.
Probably medicine then. Do you hear that?
What is that? Oh boy.
Yeah, that's the way we gotta go.
No shortcut?
Yeah, that is the shortcut.
Right through it.
Oh, just so you know, the Russells have a built-in display that shows you resin, ammo, might come in handy.
Got it. Thanks.
First time I was able to break open a crate, so I don't know if that was the first time or what. Okay, got it. Come.
Alex? Alex?
Alright, so you just gotta know. Let's see how far back I start. Oh, if I start all the way back here. Okay. And look, that gives me some hope that I'm not losing ammo or anything like that. I can't tell when I throw it over my shoulder all the time if I grabbed it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, be careful.
Oh, so I'm guessing that the difficulty changes some of the drops.
Alex, I think that's a combine fabricator. Put something in it. I want to see how this thing works.
Got it. Will it work on the Russells?
No, but it should fix up that pistol nicely. Good thing, too. I gave you one of my lesser guns.
Thanks, Russell.
Well, you know, in case it doesn't make it back.
Tell you what, Russell. If I die, I owe you a gun.
You owe me a gun anyway. That wasn't a gift. That's my gun.
It's a little hokey. Not really a fan of these random space puzzles. I don't mind puzzles, but at least make the puzzle something to do with the stuff. That's what? I only have 17? Forget you. I bet you some of those crates were destructible, like this one. Awesome. All right, let's just do a time check. 2:20. So I've been playing for over an hour. Let's do a save. It's good that you could do a live save like that. I hate when my area disappears. Oh,
Nice shooting, Alex.
Thanks. You know, for all your talk about what a lesser gun this is, this thing isn't half bad.
come on. All right, I'm getting a little tired of walking so slow. I mean, it's really slow. And when the gun's in your hand, you can't use this hand, so...
Hit crab.
I see it.
Where'd it go? Ah! Yep, there it is. Found it. Probably only one of those. Okay, good. Sure, though.
Back to the loading map. Okay, so that's... I guess I'm going into my third area. 5. And now I see what that HUD does. It shows you that stuff. So let me get back into the game. Go into options. Go to spectator. And I'll shrink down that HUD. Back.
Heard anything about Dad, Russell?
No. Radio silence since he got on the train.
Damn it.
Well, the good news is he's probably fine.
How do you know that?
Because they're taking him to Nova Prospect to torture him. That's the torture place. So they're hardly going to torture him before they get there. So he's fine. Not too much. That there is a floppy disk. We used to store information on them, with magnets, if you can believe it. Specifically, 2 micrometers magnetic iron oxide, 3 micrometers barium ferrite, 1.2...
Russell? How do you know all this?
I'm reading it here on my computer. I downloaded the internet before the war.
You downloaded the entire internet.
Most of it.
Nice.
Yeah, it is.
Russell, are you seeing this?
Possibly. Are you seeing floating garbage?
It looks like it's just cardboard.
Right. Well, seems harmless.
Yeah. Weird, though. is that?
So you're going to make me walk over here for nothing. Okay.
It looks like pictures of Vortigots.
Wait, that one's Black Mesa.
Somebody spent a lot of time on this.
Are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna make me push all these goddamn things? What? Okay, so that box. Okay, so there are boxes that do things. Okay. I have no idea which one I'm supposed to do. But let's do that one. This.
Attention, please. Access is not permitted. Any citizen scavenging will result in immediate capital prosecution.
Alex, you alright? What's wrong?
I'm fine, Russell. What's up?
I'm losing your signal. Alex? Alex? If you can still hear me, keep heading in the same direction and try to get above ground.
Russell? Russell?
The Alyx fans. You received my messaging.
I did?
Come, enter.
Okay, thanks.
You are welcome.
So, what's a Vortigaunt doing here?
Cooking.
Right, but I mean in general.
I have a brain injury.
Oh, I'm sorry
My
to...
brain is injured.
That's terrible,
Ow.
and I hope... Look, I'm actually pretty busy looking for my father.
The
Eli
Vance.
Vance.
Yes.
The Combine have him, and I really do need to get moving.
The Combine. Yes. Do not go yet. I must show you something.
Look, I appreciate
This way.
I can't stick around.
It is important.
I know, I'm sure it is.
The Alyx Vance must go this way anyway.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Enter. The Combine and other of my kin. Like the Eli Vance. The Alyx Vance will free them.
I would help. I really would, but the Alyx Vance is honestly very busy saving her dad.
You will not save him. He is dead.
What?
Or he will be.
Is or will be?
It is a matter of perspective. But Alyx Vance alone cannot prevent his fate.
Look, thank you for everything, but I really have to go. And I'm sorry, but I really don't have time for riddles.
No riddles. The Combine drilled here. I am severed from the vortessence. I am alone in my head.
I'm sorry. Look, if I can, if I run across your friends, I will see what I can do.
You have saved my kin.
I haven't.
Then you will. Courage, Alyx Vance. You must go. I will help the Alyx Vance. Look to the northern star
Why?
for guidance.
Okay, thanks. Are you done helping?
I am not. Here. Sustenance.
I'll eat it later. Thanks for the help.
You will be welcome.
Do a time check, 2:42. And I just need to get a little water. Oh, this is really dark. Okay, I guess I gotta turn around physically. Alright. Is or will be. Alright, got it. So I jump down. I'm going
Alex!
this way.
Alex, the signal's back. Can you hear me? Are you okay?
Russell, I'm good. How's Dad?
They've got him on the train. He's on the move. You've got to find Fairview Junction before they get there.
I'm working on it.
Hello? You're not openable? And this one is not openable? Oh, rats. Okay. The hell was that?
So anything happened when you cut out?
You're not gonna believe this, but I ran into a Vortigaunt.
Vortigaunt? What was he doing down there?
Hiding. I think he escaped from the Combine.
What did he say?
You ever meet a Vortigaunt? He said crazy Vortigaunt stuff.
Okay. Got it. Okay, so these guys are a pain in my butt. God damn it. I'm going to use all my ammo up on these guys.
fat Vortigaunt I met? He did give me a head crab to eat.
Oh, great! What did it taste like? Tell me how you...
Russell, I didn't eat it.
Right. Of course you didn't. No, that's the right decision.
All right, so this is really well done. I am starting to melt though. My heat is coming on. But it is very slow. This is very slow going.
Oh, that zombie has a shotgun. Whoa.
Do you hear that?
Yeah. Let's get this shotgun and get out of here.
Hurry up and load that thing. It's getting louder.
Come on.
Alex, you still there?
Killing me, literally. So when there's 4 weapons, you're like raising your hand up over your head in order to get it out of inventory. It's a little annoying, and now I'm going to be... Where? Where am I going to be? Okay, right here, and I don't have the weapon.
Whoa.
Do you hear that?
Yeah. Let's get this shotgun and get out of here.
load. Alex?
You're killing me.
Alex!
I mean, you're literally killing me. Come on.
Whoa.
Do you hear that?
Yeah. Let's get this shotgun and get out of here. Got it.
Hurry up and load that thing. It's getting louder.
Last 4. We did it.
I love this gun.
Okay, well, at least there was something down there. And now we'll go down the middle, which is what I figured would be the intended direction. Okay, so maybe opening that. Please tell me. Ah. Nothing inside it.
Three left.
Oh, it was disgusting.
Yeah, it was.
Awesome upgrade.
Oh, that should come in handy.
No, I didn't do that.
I don't have enough resin for any of this stuff.
Ah, well, you know what they say about resin, Alex.
No, what do they say about resin, Russ?
Look for more resin.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, that's the one. Look for more resin.
So beautiful. Okay. Didn't miss anything here.
Too dark. You'll need a flashlight.
I think you're right.
Let's save. I don't know why that thing seemed to leap at me. I don't get the mechanic here. Okay. I get that. Oh boy. Way to make the world disappear. What the hell happened there? Okay.
Whew. It is dark.
Everything all right?
Nope, I'm good. I'm good. Oh, thank God. This is fine. It's really dark. Russ,
Yeah?
can you just talk
About what?
about anything? Literally anything.
Well, I think that given our situation, situation, your irrational fear of the dark is actually quite appropriate. You know, I can give you easily 100 reasons to be terrified.
Okay, that was my fault. I'll be more specific next time. Big fan of this flashlight.
And it, not unlike yourself, is also sensitive to the dark.
Oh yeah?
Meaning it should go on automatically when the lights go out.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Glad you're not watching me play. Because... Oh.
All right, Russ. Really need you to talk again.
Absolutely. Be specific.
Before. What was life like before the Combine?
Ah, excellent. Alex, have you ever heard of a club sandwich?
Nope. Not once.
Right. To make a club sandwich, you need to start with bread. Not from a bread line, from a bakery across the street. Baked that day, okay? You add tomatoes, lettuce, not vegetable paste, fresh. Then you add bacon. That's from an animal we used to call the pig. You toast the bread and you put all that inside it.
You guys had all that? That's insane.
It is. And I'm not done. Then you add a second sandwich on top of the first one. You put ham in it, also from a pig, and turkey from an animal we used to call the turkey, and more tomato, more lettuce, and a bunch of other things I'm forgetting. It was 6 inches tall and weighed a pound and had a dozen ingredients from 5 different continents. It was the most impossible food item you could imagine in any age before ours.
Wow.
I know, right?
That is... wow. Thanks, Russ.
You're welcome, Alex.
3 left.
.322. All right, we've been playing for a couple hours. And my controllers have full... whoops. I don't know why that popped up like that. Wonder how long that was like that. Let's go and check and see something. Okay, so sorry about that chat popping up there. I don't know what caused that, but it was not me. All right, so that door closed. Is there anything of value here? I don't think so. Right. So just a bunch of garbage. A pot, which I have no use for.
Wait, is that a dead Combine soldier?
Yeah. When you guys were off stealing the reactor, I saw the Combine moving supplies in here. So, I guess they're interested in this place again.
Right, we'll keep an eye out. Something's definitely up.
Okay, when does the flashlight kick in? Okay. I guess the flashlight doesn't kick in.
Alex, manhack, watch out!
See it.
Okay, but my flashlight is not coming on.
Okay, so right now, what it's like to live on Earth on a scale of 1 to 10. I'd say right a 2.
Yep, could always get worse.
What would you rate it before the Combine showed up?
Ooh, that's a toughie. I don't know. Good day? I'd say 6. Yeah, strong 6.
6? That's not great.
Well, that's life, Alex. You know, it's not always great.
Well, maybe we get the Combine off Earth and we could shoot for like an 8, you know?
Ooh, an 8. Yeah, that really would be nice. Really nice.
Rude. All right. So I don't like how this doesn't really ever kick in.
Oh, holy. Yeesh.
Oh, maniac!
All right. Well, I don't think I'm gonna be able to beat these guys. stupid cursor out of the way. Boy, amateur hour. All right. So 7, I guess I have those. Okay. Well, I've been playing for a little while now. It is 3:30. I need to take a break because I am sweating. And I'm going to switch back to the other view. Here.
Whew. All right, so my jabber mic should be active again. I'm just going to do a quick audio check. Come on. All right, we're all good. Yeah, so I'm definitely getting hot here. I might go turn my heat down if that's the issue. A little water. Yeah, you kind of wonder how far are people getting right now. Go back to my subscriptions. So yeah, people posting various chapters. But let's go see what's going on over here. Okay, so it looks like Eric is presumably back a ways, unless he's got a different puzzle. I wonder if it's random. No, I think. Yeah, no, he got further than me. Okay, he's somewhere else. Okie doke. So, yeah, this game is, it's pretty good. It's, it's got that atmosphere that kind of keeps you on your toes. I'm sorry, I've been really quiet, but, yeah, you just kind of got to listen to all these noises. There's little chirps that happen and stuff like that, so I'm just trying to pay attention to what's going on. Yeah, and I don't know what the best way to deal with those blade things is. Usually you need an item in hand to stop them. I would love to crowbar them, but I guess we're never going to get a crowbar in this game. And I don't have enough bullets to take them down, so if all my weapons are bullets, then I'm in trouble. And I can see if maybe I have enough shotgun shells, but I think I am going to get stuck at that point for right now. But yeah, it's been a blast. What else would I want to do here? Just take a look, see what else other people are posting right now. Rendered reality, anything? No. Yeah, I don't see a lot of live sessions right now. Geez, some of these people, like Upload VR, literally seems like they uploaded everything for the game. Talk about Chapter 1, Chapter 4, ending. They got all this content. So Eric is still streaming. I don't see anyone else still streaming though. Where is this? Over here. Huh. Wow, I don't know why VR365 wouldn't have been streaming. Steve XM had posted. Yeah, but 2 hours. It's long enough for me. Eric is crushing through content, it looks like, but I don't see too many other people that are still on. Well, at least in my list. So yeah, let's pop over here and just check it out. So there is one day, game charts, players, 2 p.m., 3 p.m. So 110, looks like we got to 40,000 players. That's pretty good. And yeah, and by 3 p.m. it's already peaking. Like people put in 2 hours and then they're checking out. It is a long one, so. Yeah, so I am very pleased with how this has turned out. Too bad you can't zoom in by the. So 40,000, which is not a million. You know, you certainly wish that there were more people playing VR, but I think 40,000 is it's a good sign. Again, this dropped during work hours. There will be some percentage of players that come on in the evening, which is still a few hours away. Well, U.S. evening, I'll say. And West Coast evenings probably 5 hours away. So between 2 hours and 5 hours from now, it'll have everyone else come in. But yeah, let's just go check out some other games. So let's see what Pavlov is doing. Pavlov VR. Get numbers. That can't be right. 800. Okay. Pavlov only has 800. And then what about Beat Saber? Numbers. Yeah, so 40,000 is pretty good because that blows away everything else that's been on the charts. Pavlov used to lead. This game is obviously leading right now, so let's go over to where would I even see this? I guess I have to go into my Steam home. So let's just bring up Steam home and check it out. So let me do this.
Sorry if there's some noise. We're going to. I don't know if it won't actually show, but I can at least talk about it. Oh, well, I'm not in home. Yeah, so I'm not in home, so I can't. Yeah, I have to actually quit. Is there any other way to see those numbers? Oh, probably on the main Steam page, I guess. Let's come back here. Or SteamDB page, I should say. Let's go over to SteamDB. Info. There it is. Trending games, Half Life, 40,000. Whoop! Straight up there. Yeah, so that's not even a full day. Like, it's just gotten up to 40,000. So that is a great sign. So let's just go check out their. Yeah, so nothing super useful in these charts, I don't think. It's not going to hit 1 million or anything. For VR, 40,000 players at the same time, that blows away the regular daily usage that we see over here. So go over to online player counts. Yeah, 40,000 over 2,000 for Beat Saber. I think that's very clearly a big winner. And this does not count for anything else, but since this game only exists on Steam, this is 100% of the people that are playing it. Unless they have, no, I don't know if there's any reason for any counting issues with anything. So yeah, that's that is it. So I think this game is clearly showing that it's the #1 game. And after 2 hours, I am getting hungry and my eyes are getting tired, so I'm gonna probably call it here. And with that, probably couldn't hear me very well. You know, I've been playing for 2 hours and definitely a little worn out. But it's been good.
Alright, now we have the desktop jabber. Sorry if my audio was a little too quiet or messed up. So there is the online total. Just guessing that we've never actually had anything at 40,000 players. Legitimately, Beat Saber I don't think ever came close to that. So clearly a big win for the VR community. This is definitely the biggest game, but you certainly wish that you saw like 100,000, 200,000, but 40,000, that's amazing. The more the merrier. Welcoming all these folks into play, and yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. And all I'm gonna say is please like, subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you're doing it on the right channel. My new Vert Chill VR channel. So if you just Google Vert Chill VR, you should find it. I did include the live stream link, which does not have the channel. This is for my legacy channel, which I'm getting rid of. So if you just subscribe on the live stream itself, you're going to be disappointed. So let me just do this really quick. So yeah, before that, causes issues. Yeah, and then Vert VR for Twitter. And happy to come in here tomorrow night. I'll probably put out something. I don't know when I'll be able to do it exactly, 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern. I probably got to eat first. But this has definitely been a blast, and certainly hope that people watch this and enjoyed it that haven't seen Half-Life content, new Half-Life content in 13 years. So, yep, that's all I got. And with that, we will wrap it up. So, if you did like it, click like, subscribe if you can. I will be continuing to post on this VertVR Twitter. So that's definitely the main source, VertVR. They removed the word chill for some reason, so couldn't get it. But Virtual VR, this is some of the content that I'm going to have, and happy to have you guys back next episode when I pick up where I left off for Half-Life Alyx, and we'll probably be doing that for the entire week. And that's it. Thanks for watching.